I don't know where I'm going with this one. Nor do I want to know. Leave it there. That lasts for a while, from what I know. We should probably always come back to fix last. Okay, so we got a bunch of tombs and a gene splicer. It amuses me that we've gone this long without so much as grabbing a third perk. I guess I started with 2 negs, so it wasn't so bad. Like, what's up with this music? This is really intense music for me just wandering around looting stuff. Oh, I must have poisoned something. And that considered me to be in combat. The rude Spartacat. Dude, I think I saw that. Like, I'm not even kidding. I think that's a thing. I think I've seen multiple of those. My school's network was not the most secure. So, like, we stuck on Halo and Quake and a whole bunch of music. And every once in a while they do, like, a full sweep and, like, get rid of stuff. But they could never get rid of Darude Sandstorm, and I'm pretty sure, like, somebody on staff was keeping it there. Or, like, would put it back. But I'm not entirely sure. But we would listen to that one not infrequently. Okay, so can see enemies on minimap. Damaged by radiation at half the normal rate. No, that's lame. And can't be seen through windows. Oh, well, that's nice. Just called me Swamp Face. I think it did. Okay. What else do we have? I guess we could head for the dryer. That's a dead end. Okay, other direction. Sometimes I miss, like, mid-2000s internet. Mid to late 2000s internet. Those were special times. Okay, how expensive is it? Get one of these. 40 merits. I don't like any of these options. Yeah, that's a giant waste of ammo. I'll just take it. You are mine.
Oxygen, 50%.
I'm just gonna let that go and do its thing. Might as well turn that off, look around. Let's see. Was that worth it? I don't know, but I don't really have the resources to deal with it. This is not a very good gun right now. Might as well lock them in there. I don't think there's anything more. Oh, right. We straight up have no idea. Where anything is. I kind of miss the old Eagle Eye perk. That was nice. Because I just knew where all the loot was. Even the stuff on the ground. I appreciated that.
50%
I can't wait until I get the next upgrade on this. Oh, dang it. Is this worth it? I'm not convinced it is. I mean, I guess we get 30 rivets. It's a trade-off. Okay, I don't see anything else here. You know what I should have done? Was actually just gone off to find an electrical cable. Because that would have been a fine way to get my hands on, yeah, one of those. That would have been a fine way to deal with the SecBot. Because it really cannot deal with any kind of interruption like that. Where are you? There you are. I get the feeling SecBot's gonna kill itself. Okay, anything else? Don't see it. Okay, so I'm gonna go double check the trash room, because I think that's the one area I haven't... Yeah. We didn't finish the break room or the trash room, at least for this one. Unfortunately, this is one of those that, because the ships are also self-similar, like, this game needed a couple of, like, mega ships with break rooms. Maybe.
2. Dehydration and opt-out of hazard board.
Let's see. But yeah, because the ships are well, actually identical. Everything is colors. Everything is cool and you can't see. No, I don't know. We were at karaoke a while back. Oh.
Oxygen levels critical.
Gotta upscale some Plasjunk. Well, let's just not. But yeah, we were at karaoke a couple weeks ago. And I was in no Rainbow Ride this time. I mean, we went to Rainbow Town for a little while there. But yeah, so we were doing karaoke, and it was Moose and Joe. Well, it was Joe from Moose and Joe's birthday, and they brought their daughter, who more or less sung, like, you know, kind of overtly kid songs. Frozen, My Little Pony, Everything is Awesome. Turns out Everything is Awesome is an absolutely awful song to sing. There's, like, rap verses and stuff that you would have no idea. I felt so bad for her, because, like, Everything is Awesome was just playing, and, like, then it switched to the rap mode, and you're like, oh no, like, how do you even sing this? And so, their poor daughter was just sitting there being like, and she got, like, progressively more, overwhelmed by the game, I guess. So I could go up here for tons of all materials. Well, actually, yeah, we could go bananas here for a bit. No minimap available, 1 tough citizen. Do I actually want to deal with that? I'm not liking it. Let's just go. Let's just go fast. Let's grab what we need. Infighting. Many, few, air freshener. This should be good. And then we can go to that one. Because, yeah, I don't actually need to go that slowly. Let's see. My health is looking good. We got a bunch of patience, and we've got a couple of spooks. Yeah, I guess if we just grab the Radspiker, everything is good. Okay. Okay, gotta kill the boom point quick before it goes after me. Well, that worked out actually generally quite well. And yeah, I'm noticing they tend to drop a fair bit of resources here, which is nice. We'll go back to this one. Oh, resources down here. Kind of, sort of, son of a butt. I guess we might as well drank up here as well. Makes my life easier. Okay, grab that. I don't care about finding enemy data. I will find them as I go along. Otherwise, I end up just compulsively checking the mini-map constantly, and it's annoying. There we go. The rad gun is really effective at a couple of things. Not everything, but, like, it definitely clears out patience a lot faster. Which is really helpful. Like, they were kind of an annoyance, because it always locked me down to a couple of weapon types that I didn't necessarily enjoy using. I should potentially crouch more. That other patient go. Well, I guess we just found them. So it's not that I actually need to ask that question anymore. Wait, did they not notice me? That's kind of amazing, actually. Okay. Oh! We can get another warp core. Not that I've ever actually used them, but that's okay. I will gladly accept as many of them as possible. Oh. Congratulations, citizen. You are a winner. Your all-inclusive mind-body spa vacation is about to get started. Remain face down on the floor until restrained. What? That doesn't seem right at all. Let's see, you have silent sprint. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, this is... I love the gene perk system in this game. I actually wish there was a deeper gene modding system. Like, I'm trying to think of how I would describe it. Well, I mean, effectively, if you actually had the same progression system as the weapons, but for your genetics, because I think it would actually be. I actually think it would be pretty awesome if, yeah, you were just picking up like alien organs and like gene material and whatnot, and like slowly mutating your character into something.
First, by obedience. Second, by compliance. Third, by track.
Something to that extent, because I don't know, I think it would be kind of cool. I love progression systems in this game, and this one, it's a little bit more limited than I thought it was going to be, admittedly, but it feels good. You know, I'm constantly getting new goodies that affect how I play. I mean, if you've noticed, I will admit I've been stuck to the stun gun this entire time because it's obscenely overpowered. Let's see, have you ever played Jade Cocoon? Nope. Actually have not. I've heard good things about it, but haven't had the time-ish. Okay, so let's stow the rest of these. But, like, I don't know, I just think it would be kind of cool if you were finding, like, various, like, gene tech in here and you were upgrading your character that way. Or more or less identically to this. Okay, so we don't want air fresheners. Can I make any of the rest of these? Unfortunately, things are starting to get kind of pricey. So like half this stuff I'm not going to be able to upgrade for quite some time. Well, I guess that means we just kind of keep exploring freely. So, shed loads of juves. Oxygen's consumed faster. It is a Lux hotel liner. Well, we might as well while we're here. Okay, so if we're up against the little guys, I could just grab the nebulator and go bananas. Grab the head stapler and go bananas. And the unstable kitty and bangers. Let's go loud. I gotta try some other things. Oh, it's one of these. Oh, the power's off. That'll keep him busy. So where's power? Very back. Okay, I have no immediate way around this. So I'll just hop it. Sometimes you just gotta go loud. It's gonna be a little too loud, maybe, but that's okay. Should probably use some grenades here. At some point. Okay. Well, power's back on, so let's get a lootin'. Luckily, enemies at this tier tend to drop like decent amounts of resources as well. Expensive, but still. Let's see. This game a little too busy. There's too many things and not very challenging at all. I mean, it's not very challenging because I probably should have played this game on hard. It was actually incredibly challenging originally. It's one of those where the progression system has toned down the difficulty. Potentially too much. But, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily bother me that much. Effectively, in the very beginning, before I had any ammo, I was running around with nothing. I had no ammo, I had one gun. I had no ammo, one gun, and everything was out to kill me. And there was very little I could actually do to stop them. And so I've completely flatlined the difficulty because more or less I know every trick now. I know exactly what the enemies use. I know how to beat them. You know, there's no surprise factor. And so, yeah, I could turn up the difficulty a little bit, but it's kind of one of those where it's like, I'm just going through the paces. There's a couple of ways that I could have actually made this harder for myself. Easy answer number one, I could straight up have just said, alright, I'm always going to prioritize progress, and more or less only stop at the occasional ship here and there. Would have been a good way to do it. Ish. Because effectively the faster you go and the less ships you stop at, the weaker you're going to be. And I've been stopping at every single ship. I have more or less just like focused on upgrading myself non-stop. The same thing happened in Prey and Prey Mooncrash when I was playing them. They're very much games where like the meta progression kind of outpaces the game's own difficulty to the point where, yeah, with the exception of the literal Moonshark, everything in Mooncrash was just like laughable, and I could just like waltz through it without any effort. You know, it's like, oh, there's an enemy, shoot it, and it'd almost always just go down. Thought I heard a camera. I guess I don't. And I think this is one of the weaknesses of having a very heavy meta progression system in your roguelikes. In a roguelike. Because I effectively, like, you either have to accept that you're going to be giving players too much power, or
Levels critical.
make it into this kind of bizarro arms race. There's no oxygen supply in here, so I'm just gonna go until we start losing health. Let's see. But yeah, you pretty much either have to accept the fact that your players are going to, like, outpace the game level, turn it into some kind of weird arms race where everything needs to be, like, more challenging than it should be. Or... Okay, I am choking. Wow. That is... I mean, it hurts. But you know what hurts more? Getting shot in the butt by one of these guys. Oh, never mind.
Fresh Whiz rocks are now back in stock. Get them while they're popping.
Okay. Choking is a little harder on me than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was like 4 damage here and there, but no. You have like a little bit of oxygen left before... Anyway. That hurt, but yeah, suffocation damage apparently scales pretty distinctly. Okay. So, wow, that's a lot of resources. I mean, that's part of the reason why I even came here, but Jesus. Whee! The Fluffy Horde series was great. Started a chain of streams. Hopefully you'll enjoy our next. It's the FPS roguelike like this one. Was that in response to me? That probably was in response to me, but that's cool. I love FPS roguelikes. They're really hard to make, apparently, but they're all fun. Like, I don't think I've played an FPS roguelike that I hated. Ooh, you get the Zek Hunter. Be okay. You get the Rift Hunter. Could get the Unstable Kitty. What else can we get? Can't get the Chain. Well, let's get the Recyc Sack. It's a genre that hasn't been given enough light, in your opinion. That's because it's really... So, the problem with it is it's very hard to balance, as shown by the amount that I'm just, like, stomping this game at this point. And yeah, I could turn it up to hard, but I feel like that would only just make the enemies a little harder. Like, do a little bit more damage. Let's see. Also can make a Robo Manual. Do you get the Kitty Hunter or the Gunpoint Manager? Let's do this one. Let's see, are you excluding Journey to the Unexpected? That was not a first-person shooter. That was barely a roguelike. That game was just... It had maybe potential, but I never saw it past, like, the first bit. Let's see, didn't you say things got more difficult the lower you go on the travel path? Yes, they do. Okay, so we want to go this way. We've still got plenty of fuel. Radiated, Warp Key Cache, Hyper Rifter. Well, sure.
What's going to happen if the Ark gets out the nebula?
WCG will track us down and blow us to Kingdom Fuck. Any spare questions?
I feel like these pirates should actually be like boss fights or something. Yeah, is there a final boss in this game? I have no idea. I have never run into anything that even comes close to being a boss. I actually feel like the occasional mid-boss enemy would be kind of cool. Like, super occasional so they don't get boring, but you know, you just walk into a room, the door's shut, and you have to face off against a super janitor. Like, that'd be pretty rad, actually. Okay. But yeah, Away Journey to the Unexpected was not a fun game. It might have been good, but it never got that far. Oh. No, we should do Radspiker and the Zapper, maybe? I don't know. Okay. It's the one I hate. Well, it's fine. So there's a lot of radiation in here, which should actually make this a little easier on me. Because if I'm lucky, it's going to make all the Zeks explode. It's going to make all of my enemies explode, really. Well, I might just want to accept radiation into my heart. Okay, so how much cheaper did that become? Not really worth it. It's a hell of a lot of radiation, by the way. Okay. But yeah, I think this is going to be a bit of a ghost ship, which is kind of nice. Let's see.
Are you a perpetual loser suffering from low self-esteem? Try your luck at a spin now.
Ripes. I might have trouble getting through this to some degree. Luckily, I can just drop the radiation. And I might as well... I get like 3 uses on it. So I might as well do that there. What am I even here for? I don't even honestly remember. Let's get that open. But yeah, this is going to be an absolute ghost ship. Almost nothing survives rad hazard rooms to this extent. Because they almost always just get smoked. And that's it. Like, the only thing that lives are robots. Because you can see the blood splatters all over the place. Let's see. Away Journey to the Unexpected was a competent display of concept. It needed to be 10 times longer and deeper to be classified as a full game. Many more companions needed. Yeah. It would have been one of those games where
A career as a person who travels through space picking up junk.
I don't think I ever want to be a game consultant, necessarily. But I'd love to be one of those YouTubers. I'd love to be one of those YouTubers or people that, like, a developer might say, like, hey, screw it. Might say, like, hey, here's a concept for our game, like, but we're a little unsure of it. You want to check it out real quick? And make sure we're going in the right direction? I guess I am one of those YouTubers already. I actually do get a number of developers contacting me about stuff like that, which is weird. But, like, that's one of those games where I think if they had handed it to me, I would have been like, cool. So, what's the plan for the rest of the game? And they would have been like, this is the rest of the game. This is a finished product. I would have been like, no, it ain't. You are not going to do well if you put it out like that. Because, yeah, it looked nice. It had a decent soundtrack. It had some neat mechanics. But the fact that I beat it in 6 episodes... And... like, you should never, ever be able to beat a game in 6 episodes. And have... a massive chunk of that be sheerly, like, bland repetition. Because that's what it was. You know, almost all of that game, to some degree. Like, almost all of that game was just bland repetition. It's just like, okay, here's your, like, 3 pseudo-dungeons. And, like, the same bosses with a little bit of variance. And it's like, yeah, if the dungeons had been really competently made or, like, much, much longer, I would have been, like, super down with it. Okay, do we even do this? Well. Pretty much have to kill this thing. Luckily, it does give a decent amount of resources, so it's not that big of a deal. But still. But yeah, I want to go through into here, because I haven't been this way yet. This is why I usually like to bring, like, a basic pistol or shotgun or whatever. It'd be nice if it was, the tools that you bring with were a little bit more freeform in this game. Let's say I enjoyed most of the way. Love that you only had a stick. My biggest issue is just the fact that it was, like, marketed as a sort of roguelike, but it wasn't a roguelike. It was just one of those that, like, you just went through the game, like, 6 times and then beat it. And, like, rarely should your game ever involve a mechanic that gives the player an advantage for quitting out of the game and then starting over, because that's the fastest way to progress through the game. Like, it worked in, it worked in Hollow Knight, because I could say, like, alright, sure, whoops. Nope. Wrong gun. It worked in Hollow Knight, because I could straight up say, like, okay, bench warp. And there's still like 50-something hours of content in that game. Away had so little content that, yeah, quitting out was the fastest way. Because you effectively had to farm friendship points with every single NPC in the game to beat it for some reason. Like, literally, there was no reason that they should have actually mattered. Because they certainly didn't affect the ending, and then you just had... Then you just played ping pong with the boss, and then the game was over. Okay, I don't think we have anything else here, so I'm just gonna bail. Okay. Well, we got a whole bunch of things, as usual. Way. Man, if I ever have to make anything out of slag, which I will actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I need this slag for stuff. Specifically, Rad Shield. Okay, so we just made ourselves... I could upgrade the Radspiker. Doubles damage rate. Or I could give myself an additional 500 health. I gotta go with the extra health. The Radspiker is nice. Oh my god, you can keep going. I was not expecting that at all. Ooh. Doubles toxic damage and total speed. Alright, let's start with that. Unfortunately, that means we have to wait until we can make the distended testicle, but that's okay. Let's see, wasn't I going to switch to Dauntless after a few hours? Yeah. Let me take a look. How close are we to actually making this transmitter? Why don't we finish this this chapter and then I'll switch. A bot's stolen apart.
I have excellent news regarding the unauthorized persons, also known as pirates. Since they can claim input tax credits, no VAT is actually owed as a result of their activities.
Well, we might as well go to the Krell Mart. Dock. Just bring whatever. There's not actually a reason to go here. But I'm gonna go anyway. Mainly because free sandwich and fuel. Everything else doesn't matter. Alright, we're good. Bye. I have so much HP now. I'm so beefy. And I'm only gonna get beefier. I can't believe that you can... I can still give myself more... Ooh, rad shield. Okay, we're doing this one. 100%. Okay, so if we're dealing with these guys... let's do that one. Blocks explosions. I've never used this. Okay. Whoa. Well. Cool. Oh, wow. Okay, mushroom uh-oh. Okay, that might actually work for me. Is that him? Well, that worked like a charm. And it didn't even cost me that much. Okay, the main issue is... there's a shit ton of radiation on this ship, and I've picked up too much of it. But I've learned some interesting things, like, specifically the bouncer is incredibly overpowered. Like, that's a solid weapon. Okay, so now that we've cleared that out, let's not stand on the exploding radiation balls when we get them to blow themselves up. Because, yeah, go figure that's not good for me. Oh my god. Well. That worked out differently. There's a lot of these guys. I love the description, by the way, for a lot of these. Shed loads? That amuses me to no end. I don't know. Okay, so let's grab that. Grab that. There's a little bit of fire, but I can go around, I think? Because fire hurts pretty bad. Radiation at this point, kind of old hat. As long as I don't cap it out. I'm pretty sure if I max up my radiation, I die horribly. Well, he can only blame himself for these things. What do I have? Okay, so we might want to get it so that the mushrooms don't last very long. There is a bit of a detractor for getting hoisted. I guess, honestly, I should probably use the spiker. Okay. Let's refill that. Hab is up ahead. Oh. I have deep concerns about these creatures. And they're ow, 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 ow. Frig, that hurts. I have deep concerns about these creatures and their survival senses. Okay, well, let's get rid of all that radiation. Okay, do we have anything more? Yeah, we do. The sound effect they picked for that is a little concerning, honestly. It sounds like things. It sounds like unmentionable things. Where? More? Alright, there's the rad shield that I was looking for. Anything else? No, just looks like a little bit of fuel in the FTL bay, and then we can get out of here. Where am I left? Ow? My shield stopped for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think it might have exploded my shield. Well, either way, we get another rad shield and some goodies. Okay, so let's go workbench. So we could upgrade the Radspiker? Probably. Because I need another ball for that one. I don't think I'm going to get a CNT stamp anytime soon. Okay, so we can also make a kraut can. Might as well get that instead of the travel subsidy. Because, yeah, the more of this ammo that I can carry around, the better.